ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz, and on this week's episode, we'll be talking about the movie Black Phone 2. But of course, before we get to any of that, I am joined today by not picking up Nathaniel Gingrich.
Not picking up, no matter how much you guys call me. I've been gone for 2 weeks, but it doesn't matter. I am not picking up. You know, because
Do not disturb.
Because we've been out of town. We've been missing in our listeners' hearts and minds.
But we're back.
But we're so back. Just like someone in Black Phone 2. Sizzle. Ring,
no
ring.
spoilers, man. It's not like his face is on the movie poster.
Ring, ring. It's me again. Ethan Hawke.
I don't remember that scene. Is that a line? I don't remember.
It was a trailer.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It was a teaser before the teaser.
Okay.
That's sick.
Also joining us today is snowed in Tyler Verdalis.
We're snowed in, baby.
How the weather's turning, gents. How are we
I
feeling?
love it.
Yeah, it is.
I know you guys
Today
are
was-
fall guys.
Yeah.
Today was perfect, dude. Fucking driving home, and then it started raining, and then I was like, you know what? I've been after the trip. I always kind of get like a little bit of like a dryness, especially being in such a dry climate.
Sure.
That like I
Planes,
can't.
too.
The last like the recirculating air. So like the last night we were there, like just kind of like stuffy, and then on the plane, I'm just like, oh my god, dude, I fucking hate this. And so today I was like, you know what, dude, a little bit of rain, a little bit of coldness. I picked up a fat bowl of ramen, and it was just
There you go.
absolutely epic. It was like the best decision I could have made for food after work.
We're gonna do soup
sounds
tomorrow in this household. We will be souping it up.
I love a good soup. Do you guys have?
I made
a favorite
lasagna soup before we left.
There you go. Don't know what that means, but sure.
I mean, you know what lasagna is?
Like tomato meatloaf.
Okay, that's a little different of a description. And it's that in soup form.
Tomato
Meatloaf soup.
Tomato and pasta meatloaf in soup.
Yep.
I don't know about that, man.
Well, if you like lasagna, you would love
lasagna?
lasagna soup. Yeah.
What about stew?
But yeah, dude, we got chili coming up. Pot roast is on the docket.
I do like your chili. I have had the Tyler Verdalis chili. Can vouch for that.
Okay. I'm a chili guy. I like it.
Yeah. If you've ever been to one of
I
my
also
Super
like a
Bowls,
good chili.
you've had my chili because
I
it's the
have.
only thing I cook year after year.
I have.
Indeed.
Because it's just so easy to feed people with
Love to hear it.
big ass pot of chili.
What other
Rounding out
soups?
the squadron.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were
sorry.
talking
No,
soup
you go
still. I was
ahead.
in soup chat,
No, it's all.
man.
Hey, you know
Soup,
what?
baby.
I'm all here for soup chat.
What about like a wonton soup or talk about like an Asian soup? Tyler was talking about
I'd be
ramen
down.
earlier.
I've never
I
experimented
like
with
it.
it.
I like
but
ramen.
I'd be down. Yeah,
I'd be
dude,
behind
ramen's
wonton
like
soup.
so good.
An egg drop soup.
Yeah, ramen's awesome.
Into those two.
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
don't
those. I've seen
I don't
them.
mind egg drop soup if I'm at the right
Establishment.
Asian cuisine establishment, right? But traditionally I'm not a big soup guy. So
All right, fair enough. That's
Nice taco.
Rounding out the squadron.
Nice,
thus
taco
concludes soup
soup.
chat.
Yeah. Over there, it's Big Bad Dream BlakeHolder.
yeah, I was wondering what we were going to be this time, but okay, we'll take
There's
it.
a couple options, but that felt
Yeah.
relevant. You know.
That's
Big
important
Bad
in this movie.
Blizzard Blake.
Do you
Could've done that
guys? We could have done that. Do you guys dream often? Like, do you remember your dreams when you wake up? Like, are you able to?
I would if I honestly had to guess this group, no, and I can tell you why.
Yeah, for sure. So there's I've dreamt more recently because of a certain decision
sure.
I've made.
Yep. 100%.
A little quick break, as we call them, tea breaks, as we call them.
Yeah.
But traditionally, like, no, I have a very hard time remembering my dreams. Let alone, like, I couldn't tell you the last time I've had like a really horrifying dream, right? Like, that's a totally different conversation. I don't know the last time I've had one of those.
Yeah, it is one of the things that I miss a lot, because I typically growing up had very vivid dreams, and like was very much a dreamer, as you could say.
Dream it, you fucking dreamer.
Yeah, man.
I think Ice might be looking for you soon.
What?
What?
You guys don't know what dreamers are?
Yeah, I do.
No.
I do.
Okay.
No, that is way over my head.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
not
even know
heard
where.
this terminology before.
No.
All right, I don't want to belabor it too much, so we can just move on and say my joke only landed for Nathaniel.
Yeah, no, but I miss the dreaming. I talk about like nightmares at certain points. I was definitely one of those kids that like wake up in bed, nightmares of things coming to get me. Or always the classic one, like you'd actually be fighting something in the nightmare, and then for some reason your punches are like you're
ineffective.
underwater. Yeah, you've never done anything athletic in your life.
Yeah.
And you can run. You can't run, actually. That's always fun. Anyways,
Just reliving your nightmares over there.
Well, I mean, we've had the sleep paralysis conversation on this podcast, right? And I think
I've had it.
Did you say you've had it before?
I've had it like twice. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never really had it. It's never been a consistent thing for me, thankfully. But I have had it happen once or twice. Much more common for me is the being like lightly asleep and then the elevator shaft falling down, hypnic jerk thing,
Yeah.
That I get quite often. But
You talking about the kick?
Happened.
yeah, the kick from Inception.
Okay. I used to get the kick all the time.
I get it particularly in cars or like planes. Like I'll be just
usually
drifting
driving,
asleep
so.
in a plane. Yeah, that's why I get it. Like
Oh, I'm like, if I'm getting the kick, it's probably not a good thing.
it's whoever's next to you actually kicking you.
True.
Anyways,
No, I used to
Dream
have it a
Chat.
lot as a kid. I would just be sitting there or laying there and then, falling asleep during a movie. And the next thing you know, I would just fucking jerk away. I'd be like, oh my God.
Did you remember like the same dream? Like mine was, I was always falling down an elevator shaft. That was always the dream.
Mine wasn't an elevator shaft, but it was just falling in general.
Sure.
The only reoccurring dream I've ever had was about my wolf.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave that.
Would you like to give context to the listeners?
Nope.
Really quick?
Nope. It's
yeah,
a mystery. Leave it a mystery.
I mean, yeah, we could do that too. I don't care. No, I used to have it only happened at like really bad points in my life. So when I was going through a bad breakup one time, I got it. When my grandparents passed away, I got it. When I was going through a hard time with like career changes and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, like I had it. But essentially, I'm just running through the forest. This big wolf is just like chasing me, and then at some point, it catches me, and I basically am like getting engulfed by its giant mouth. And I always woke up in like a cold sweat, and the hairs on my neck just like completely standing up. Like you can feel the wolf's like nose, like cold nose, like just right there on the back of my neck. And then I got my tattoo, and I haven't had the dream since. So
Interesting.
yeah,
That's
Wanted
crazy.
to join with you on
It's a deep cut.
on a skin
super
level.
deep. Yeah, I'm part wolf now. So,
If anyone, there's that spirit animal conversation,
Sure.
that always happens. And you know what? I've never met anyone with a spirit animal quite like yours, Tyler. I feel like you've earned your spirit animal. Being
That's
a wolf,
valid. Very valid.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I like to think as Nathaniel is like a penguin, or if I was going like fantasy, he'd be like a porg.
I think that's the I think that's the
Is that like the puffin looking bird from Star Wars?
I think the penguin's the spirit animal in Fight Club.
That's great.
I was gonna say penguins actually
Is that
like
right?
are within my top 10 favorite
Penguins are
animals.
dope, dude.
Penguins, I
Penguins
love
are dope.
penguins, man.
Penguins
Yeah.
are
Much
dope.
bigger than you would think too.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
dude,
tall.
emperor penguins are fucking
Yeah,
huge,
For
dude.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then Blake would obviously be like a giant like panther or something like that.
Okay.
Because
Right.
just predatory cats in general.
Yeah.
Big cat.
And then Adam is Mohadib, baby. Little desert mouse.
I'll take that.
That was actually a really good pull. That was a good
Yeah,
pull.
I was like, what does he pull out of that? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Good pull.
That's very funny.
Self-sustaining hydration from that
Yeah.
mouse, right? Yeah, very, very.
And you know what?
efficient.
I'm always
Very
having to
efficient
carry
way of
my
living.
water bottle around. I drink
Well,
a lot
that
of
is
water.
very
but
wise.
there we go.
Yeah.
Very wise. Great movie. I need to watch that again soon. Haven't seen
I
it.
just recently watched it.
I hope you guys.
I was wondering how you pulled that. I was like, I
Yeah.
would not have been able to tell you what the mouse's name.
It was
is
when
at
we
all.
it was when we went to New York. I watched it on the plane.
Sure, I'll say that's a good plane movie.
All
Pretty much
right.
gets
And
you to
And
take
then
up
this
land.
time around, because it was a little bit longer of a flight, I got through
March of the Penguins.
all three Hobbit movies.
Oh wow.
So I did 1.5 on the way there, 1.5 on the way back.
Nice.
Well,
you
what do we
watch
got
Black
today?
Phone 2 on the plane?
Wasn't available.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
But that is what we all watched this week, huh?
No.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. Nathaniel, would you like to introduce our review segment for those who might be new here or maybe have just forgotten how the review segment works?
Yeah. So if you're new here, maybe you've forgotten. This is the review segment. If you're a review segment, this is the people that are new here, or maybe they've just forgotten. You've been introduced. The way that it works, though, is that in our non-spoiler section, we won't spoil anything for you, and we'll talk about the movie's IMDb page, who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, all that good stuff. And then it'll be spoiler time. Actually, we'll decide if we would recommend this movie. It's got to be a yes or no. There is no nuance on the internet. And then it'll be spoiler time. So I'll play a spoiler noise. We'll talk about any deeper cuts or deeper thoughts about the movie itself. Any big spoilers we'll save for that time overall. And if you want to see where that is and avoid those spoilers, and check back in just where we rank it on our Entropy list, which is our big list of everything we watched on the podcast ranked. All that information is going to be in the show notes. So with that being said, Adam, tell me about Black Phone 2. Not the Black Phone 2, just Black Phone 2.
Yeah, they dropped the here. Very interesting decision from the producers and filmmakers. Not really
It's
sure
clean.
what that case is. It is much more cleaner. The Black Phone 2 would not work quite as well. So I respect the gall.
I think
to drop. That's a
BP2
big
also writes
BP2.
better than TBP2.
It might be pushing some other
Blood pressure?
abbreviations that we're not, supposed to say.
I don't know what you're referencing.
DP2.
Okay.
Anyway, new movie, rated R, with a runtime of 1 hour and 54 minutes and
It
an
would be rated R.
IMDb rating of 6.7 out of 10. Directed by Mr. Scott Derrickson, who you all and listeners may know from obviously he did do the First Black Phone. But he also did a VHS 85. He had one of the
VHS 85 segment, which I have not watched VHS. I haven't watched the last three VHSs. Yeah, I haven't watched the last three, but he did a segment on there. He also did Sinister, which is probably the big one.
Bring that one
up. From 2012.
The original Doctor Strange, and then he produced.
I forgot he did that.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Forgot he did that. He's got some cred. He's got some cred.
Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's his.
Yep.
Yes, it is. But here he is, Black Phone 2. The cast includes. Screenplay written by Mr. Robert Cargill, Scott Derrickson, and based on characters created by Joe Hill. The cast includes Mason Thames, I think it is, or maybe it's Thames, I don't know, Thames, probably Thames. Ethan Hawke is here, Madeline McGraw, Jeremy Davies, Miguel Mora, Ariana Rivas, James Ransone, and Demian Bakir. I think that's pretty much it.
That feels like it.
There's some smaller credits here and there, but I'm going to stop there. The IMDb summary reads as follows: as Finn, now 17, struggles with life after his captivity, his sister begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of 3 boys being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake. Ooh.
Spooky.
I don't like this IMDb summary. I think it reveals too much. I think it
why did you read it then?
I think because that's the rules.
Oh yeah.
I didn't make them. I kind of did. I think it's a clunky summary, reveals too much, doesn't do enough fun things to get me excited about the movie. It also assumes you've seen the first one, which I don't think is maybe that's a fair assumption to make.
From the Black Phone too.
Yeah. He says the Black Phone. What if I've never seen the first one?
Kind of makes sense.
I mean, no. What if I've never seen the first one?
Then don't go see the second one.
Now, has everyone here seen the first one?
Yes. Yeah. I did have to watch it for the first time last week.
Okay.
Watched with Papa Schwartz. Shout out.
Shout out.
But I did.
Guy, dude.
I've heard you guys have been chatting.
We talk all the time, dude. He's basically my dad.
Wow.
Did you show him?
All right.
He's basically like, well, you live closer than Adam now, so like we can hang out. I don't even need him. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We're chill.
One thing we didn't address was that we lost track of Adam for a bit there in the group chat, and one of those things that didn't get commented on was that I sent the group chat the signed copy of Roadhouse that is up in a bar in St. Charles with the express purpose of Adam showing it to Papa Schwartz because I wanted to get his opinion on that fantastic art that was there.
I will have to go and show that to him. I also do apologize. I did self leave the group chat for a couple days, but unintentionally.
No worries.
But anyway, here we are, Black Phone 2. Yes, I did watch the first one last week.
Okay.
For the first time. Did enjoy my time with Black Phone, the Black Phone.
You said you did, or you did not?
Yeah, I did. I don't think it.
For sure.
It was maybe slightly underwhelming. But still not. Still met my expectations and was still pleasantly surprised by it. Not quite. It's not super scary. There's not a ton of jump scares or.
For sure.
It's kind of more of a slow burn. With some tension mixed in and some interesting kind of concepts. Now,
you have me intrigued.
Transitioning here. I think this is the better movie, personally.
Wow. Okay.
With Black Phone 2 here, I think I had a good time watching this movie. I think it does a lot of things, not necessarily better. It changes so much from the first one, in which I really enjoy it. Not just being kind of a rehash of the first one, or just a cheap hey, let's just make another one of these, put another kid in the basement type thing. It kind of. It's hey, how can we evolve what we have and kind of the world we built? What is maybe a next step that we can have happen with kind of this phone thing, with like the dream walking. Like how can we level up here a little bit with a bigger budget, maybe a bigger scale type thing. And I think it does a really good job of doing that. I think I like the direction they took it in. I think it's an overall probably like a scarier movie overall, although it's still not quite like, close your eyes horror. But there's definitely, I think, some more scares and scary elements to it than the first one. Yeah, I don't know. I had a good time with it. I think it's a
Yeah.
very smart, very well thought out kind of sequel to a movie that I didn't think really could have a sequel after like
Sure.
finishing it.
Sure.
For various reasons, but just like not a concept or a movie that I was, as I'm watching the first one, thinking, oh yeah, there's a logical part two to this. But I think they
Mhm.
do a good job in this one of kind of making it make sense, and kind of evolving what they did in the first one. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I would say that's good to hear. Was curious on how you felt about this, and obviously if you've seen the first one, but it seems like you're coming out that you've seen both recently, and you're actually in favor of the second one. So yeah, that's cool to hear. I don't know if I would ultimately agree with you though.
Hmm.
I caught the first one in theaters. Nathaniel and I were chatting about that, and Ty, we were chatting about that pre-pod. And I actually rewatched it for the first time on like Friday or something, gearing up for the second one. So, and as I was watching it, and that concluded, and I was okay. I think I still kind of like the first one, right? I see the elements there, and then I was like, how do we possibly go to a second one? And the only thing I thought to myself was like, okay, they're going to have to lean really hard into this dream sequence.
Mm.
And sure enough, right, I get to the second one, and that's exactly what they do, right? Which, not taking it away, that's not a con of the movie, but it was definitely kind of the only way I expected they could do anything. To your point, otherwise, like, what do we do? We know, spoiler from the first movie, we know Ethan Hawke's character XYZ, right?
Sure.
I'm like, do they just do another one? Or another story in another city or whatnot. So that was
Maybe it's a
something that was
prequel, you know.
yeah. So that was something that was kind of surprising. Okay, I think they're gonna have to dive into that, which honestly was pretty cool, man. I mean, in short, this is like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, right? Which, like, to
Yeah,
me,
right.
I'm like, you know what, man? Like, we haven't got one in a long time. I'm kind of fine with it. Like, I'm not. It's not my favorite movie ever. It's not groundbreaking. It's not incredibly new. It's none of that. But I'm like, the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie we got, what is 09, 010? And then the last one before that is like 92. So, like, in a span of 30 something years, we've gotten one Nightmare on Elm Street, and now we've got the second one. So I'll live with it, man. A few gripes with the movie, of course, we'll chat about once we get to spoilers. But yeah, overall, like, it was cool. Not my favorite. I don't like it more than the first one, but a cool concept, a homage to a handful of movies, and ultimately, like, I'm cool with the new Nightmare on Elm Street. So whatever, I'll take it. Nathaniel, Ty.
Yeah, I like we were saying before the pod, I also saw Black Phone 1 in theaters. I remember being, I think, kind of like where Adam was, like, just kind of whelmed by it. Thought it was decent, didn't love it.
Sure.
I thought it was kind of a little bit I mean, Scott Derrickson's never been as good as anything as I felt like he's ever was in Sinister. Like, that's still a high point for me in some ways.
Mhm.
I think he's kind of expanding a lot on that. He's definitely the king of the 8mm home movie terror.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of
thing, right?
flashbacks to Sinister while watching this, for sure, which
Yeah.
was awesome to see.
And I think he does a good job of kind of, reinventing and building on that kind of scare. Similarly to Adam, though, I was kind of refreshed in this one that it was like, okay, Black Phone 2, but we're just gonna do something really different with it, and like, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of make sense and tie in with the world that we've built already, and that in some ways kind of makes me feel like you are hearkening back to an older style of like sequels and that kind of thing. Like, we're not trying to build a huge franchise anymore for like a 3-movie deal. We're just like,
Yeah, for sure.
writing crazy shit that's gonna happen, and like that's one thing that used to happen back in the day where you'd have like sequels in a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise that are very different from each other, and like the tone of which changes in between each sequel and that kind of thing as well too, with different directors and different things. You see that in like the Scream franchise as well too. I mean, obviously that one's the same director, but you get my point. Or Saw, like that was a crazy one as well too. But here I think it is different and fresh, but like going in a different direction. And yeah, I like the decision to go in the Nightmare on Elm Street direction overall as well too. I think it's I mean the Nightmare on Elm Street concept is one of those perfect concepts. You can't sleep because if you die in your dream, you die in real life, right? Like there is it writes itself. It's perfect. So like rather than trying to reboot it, this I think is like just a fun way to kind of, yeah, to Blake said, spiritually kind of insert itself in there as well too. And I thought the some of the design choices with the new, or I should say like returning grabber, I really liked as well too. Maybe we'll talk a bit more about those and spoilers and stuff, but yeah. Overall, for a movie that I was not expecting a lot from when it got announced and when I heard that there was going to be a Black Phone 2, I was pleasantly surprised by this. Tyler.
Hey, fellas, it's me.
Man.
Travel
and Ty.
Yeah. A lot of things being said, between the group here, and I agree and disagree with everybody at the same time, everything all at once. But I think I'm gonna side with probably a little bit more along the lines of Blake here. I will probably side with the first one over the second one, and we'll get into it. There's just a little bit more, I guess we'll just call it paranormal, that happens in the second one.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first one, things tend to be a little bit more in the moment and grounded. And I feel like I feel that a little bit more from what I want from this series. I didn't really need a second one, but we got it. I'm not mad at where it went. I like the continuity of characters. That's a very important thing. They could have, just blown this thing up and done a Black Phone 2, and it just like nothing makes sense. And it could very well be where you don't have to watch the first one. But this one, like Adam said earlier, this is very much implied that you do need to watch the first one to kind of even grasp what's going on here. So yeah, there's a lot of good things and bad things with this, but I think just overall it's still good. I still probably recommend, but I'm still going along the lines of the first one is better than this one, in my opinion. And we can obviously get into it. You guys have just said plenty that I can just also say, but time.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to jump in here too and give credit to. So it seems like we're all at least in agreement that they went with a spiritual successor to the film and not something that was just some massive world building. And I think that was a testament to the first film is based off a short story by Joe Hill, right back from the early 2000s. And Scott Derrickson actually partnered in quotations, right, or consulted, spoke with Joe Hill about like how would there actually be a spiritual successor to the short story, and that's how they came about this. So it still does have the original writer and the original thought process, right, thinking of how could they expand on the Black Phone, which I think you can see comes to its head because it's not schlop they just put on a screen, right? Like you absolutely could have got this. Like, let's be real, it's a fucking Blumhouse horror movie in 2025, right? Like they could have shitted on this thing, and like it turned out to be not too bad. So kudos to them to getting the right parties involved and consulting the right people on their ideas.
Agreed.
So we got are we doing recommends all around at least, or what are we?
I think sounded like it. I'm a recommend personally. Is anyone not a recommend?
I'll recommend. I mean, it's not horrible, right? I feel like I try to hold the not recommends for like this movie's fucking ass. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to go there on
I
this.
agree. This is still 110% a consumable movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I am a recommend. I like this movie.
Cool.
All right, let's get into spoilers then, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Spoilers.
Check a timestamp if you haven't seen Black Phone 2 and don't want it spoiled for you. It's in the description. Go ahead. Give me a spoiler noise, Nathaniel.
Shit goes down.
Yeah. So I mean, like, once the story painted the picture for where it was going, and that it was a Nightmare on Elm Street, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm fine with it. Right? Like before, I was kind of like, I really don't know, whatever. And then they leaned into it, and I was like, I'm all in, man. I'm all in. She's gonna be in dreams. She's gonna be walking around. He's in the dream world, and he can hurt her in the dream world, and it actually hurts her in real life. Yep. And once I realized that at whatever mark that is, when I think it's when they first get to the campsite or whatever it is, I'm like, fucking, I'm in.
Yeah, I thought the pacing on a lot of that, the like interjecting of the dream world bits into the movie was pretty good. I found the first half of this movie, I think, a little bit more compelling than the back half.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Overall on that side of things, I think I think even the choice to kind of like focus more on the sister as like kind of a main character in this one. Like I remember like as this movie started and they kind of like were gearing things up again, because I didn't rewatch Black Phone, the first one, before watching this one. So it actually took me a little bit of a minute into the movie to be like, oh yeah, she was kind of like this heavy B plot in that movie, more than I remembered her being. And then like it does have like a weird, like there is supernatural elements in Black Phone and in this one as well too, but they all weirdly apply to like a Christian worldview as well, still kind of thing. Like it's almost an exorcism movie without the Catholic Church in it, kind of thing. Like in certain places.
Yeah. Well, the Catholic Church is kind of in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the rules still apply. There's just not a priest that's like there, kind of thing.
Sure.
But the same. That's the server we're playing on, at least.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Which is go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's interesting, right? I just think this movie's just full of kind of wacky choices, and I feel like I like that it's freed up from the original short story. Like I feel like they're not going back. I feel like a lesser movie would like go back to it and be like, well, what's the like grabber's motivations at a certain point. Like you do kind of get his origin here, but it's less of that. It's more tied into like
I agree.
Finney's character's backstory, which I'm not sure is the answer either. That's like kind of one of the weaker parts for the movie for me as well too. But anyways, well, I'll shut up. You guys talk.
I enjoy the kind of backstory that it does give us without being full prequel, because they could have I didn't want a prequel, you know what I mean, but like I enjoy the way that they give us the backstory, especially of like their mom, and it's not something you obviously like think too much about in the first one, of like you just told what happens to her, whatever, and then the fact that they can kind of tie that in a little bit more of like that, like the phone call that Gwen gets from her mom and into the dream, and that's like oh shit, like are we about to get, now they don't fully go there, but I was like, are we about to get like some kind of like cross time dream walking, like are they about to like communicate with each other to kind of figure something out?
It's gonna be your name.
Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say your name. So that's kind of like where I thought it could go, but it was still cool to like, and then you find out later, obviously, like, oh no, she was actually just hearing a recording of her mom's phone call with like, her first interaction with one of like the dead kids at the camp, that kind of thing. But I like the backstory that they give for kind of just where like the grabber comes from, the connection to Gwen and Finn, their mom, everything. Like I appreciate backstory that they give, how they tied in the story without it being full on prequel, full on. Here's who the grabber was, and here's his mom left him when he was 14 or whatever. It's just like I didn't need that movie. I hope we don't get it. Something tells me we might. Who knows?
I would hope not.
See how this one. I hope so too.
Yeah,
you never know.
I agree.
You see with Hollywood these days, they'll do anything for a buck. But yeah, I appreciate kind of how they wrapped up old story, giving us context while it not being full on. Here's what happened before the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I agree too. Where you get some of his motivation more so in the first film. They dive on it a little bit in this one, but I guess the part I want to get to is prior to rewatching the first one the other day, gearing up for the second one, I almost entirely forgot about the B plot, to Nathaniel's point, of that the sister has these dreams that manifest and they actually have effect in the real world. Like I totally forgot that was part of the movie. I just remember, hey, he's kidnapped and he's in the basement and he talks to like ghost kids on the phone, for lack of a better term. Right. And then once I was watching, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot she can like interact with the dream worlds and shit, you know what I mean? Which was like, pretty cool catch.
She leads the police to him, if I remember right, or something like that.
She does, yeah. And I that's the piece I forgot all of that to an extent too.
She leads them to across the street.
That's right.
But there's still some kind of connection there. But it is cool how now it's kind of flipped in this. Gwen is more or less the main character in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Finn is taking the back seat. But yeah, overall, are we in spoilers?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, hello?
It'd be crazy if we weren't.
Well, sometimes we're crazy here. Sometimes we don't give a fuck.
Sometimes.
I thought it was very interesting with Finn's character, how he's kind of self-medicating with weed. And then his sister Gwen kind of basically says, well, you're not that far from Dad. Like, Dad was self-medicating with alcohol in the first one. And so, like, what are you doing? And so I thought that was a cool correlation that she drew between him and his father and how they're not so different. And but obviously the dad has taken a much bigger turn towards a better course of life for them once everything kind of happened.
For sure. Great turnaround for the dad, man. Like we honestly need a round of applause for the dad. We're like, first movie, complete asshole, and then like he kind of turns the pages a little bit, right? And then this one, you're like, you know what? I actually like this guy. He's coming to bat for his kids. Shows up with a snowplow, right?
Well, like, it makes you think
it's good.
What made him go that route? Like what did happen? Because you don't really get that backstory.
I mean, I guess it's never. Oh, sure, right. In the first one, I mean, it's revealed in this one a little bit more. I guess what's never really explicitly stated or talked about is when his alcoholism started. Like, did it start?
For sure.
I think you would have kind of implied almost.
Yeah, I think you would have to assume it's when the mom commits suicide, quote unquote, which we turn out the grabber actually killed the mom.
Right.
I think you have to take it as
implied by
himself.
His admission of like, what have I done? Yeah. And I wonder if that's kind of hinting at it starting before that happened. And if he is like blaming himself for that part of it. I mean, there's other context there of like, maybe he was, trying to convince their mother of like not, or I don't know. There's some other context that could be alluding to, but shout out to the dad in this one. Definitely good turnaround story. Man. And when they when Finn gives that line of like, please don't get drunk again, or please don't drink or whatever, I was like, damn it. I was like disappointed. I was like, I feel like they're setting up something. I was like, I don't want this guy to go back.
Yeah.
I think if you look up pictures of what Stephen King looked like at that time too, like that says a lot about what Joe Hill might be saying in that original book as well too.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And just, Stephen King's own admission at the time that he was basically like just like hammered most of the 80s, I think. Or on speed.
Wasn't everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean in regards to the film though, like yeah, it was once I wrote Nightmare on Elm Street as I echoed earlier, like I'm sold. That being said though, anybody who's aware of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, once you get like the 35-minute mark in this movie, like you essentially know how it's going to play out. If
Sure.
you're aware of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, like okay, like he's gonna enter the dream world, she's gonna have to fight him in the dream world and find a way to either bring him to the real world or have the people assist her within the dream world, quote unquote. So yeah, you're kind of waiting on how that's gonna play out. Finn, some of the dialogue in this is actually like really
See,
bad.
Okay,
in
yeah,
my opinion, but like it's cool, man. Like there's
It's
a
choice,
scene where
bro.
I know, but there's a
There's some
scene where
bad
like
writing here.
they're going in on Finney. Like the mom or the dad and the sister, like when the dad shows up and they're outside arguing. And then I'm just like, dude, like nobody's giving this guy any slack. He was kidnapped, held hostage for like fucking 6 days and had to like fight and kill his intruder. And like everyone's like, yeah, man, stop being such a jackass and smoking weed. I'm like, dude, this guy has massive PTSD from like everything that's gone on. But like nobody even cares about any of that. So just little shit like that is funny. But I mean,
And why
it's
should
whatever.
they, Blake?
Arguably,
Why
his,
should
his
they?
best
Get
friend
over it.
died.
Yeah, exactly. Like
yeah,
so many things have
like,
happened to this guy.
He's
Yeah,
yet,
everyone's
he's yet
like
to
some
make
fucking
he's yet
shit,
to make
dude.
another friend.
Other than his sister,
Yeah.
who's
And
clearly
the-
now going through her own shit.
And the other kid's
Yeah.
brother, who's played by the same actor.
Wait, that's the same actor?
Yeah.
I didn't put that together. That's hilarious.
Speaking of the Nightmare on Elm Street kind of reference, that's kind of the one thing that I wish that was in this that Nightmare on Elm Street did a very good job with. The rules that were established for Ethan in this. When you're looking at like Freddy and everything like that, like he can only hurt you if you're in the dream world. That's where like that stops. This, it's almost like if she's around you, he can still hurt you. And I wish those rules were just a little bit more clear on what his capabilities are in kind of like this paranormal effect. Because it's just kind of this is kind of my other gripe too. He seems more powerful in this kind of paranormal that he's in versus like as a real person. And you just in the first one you see a little bit more of like the destruction with like some of the kids showing up and like the flashbacks or anything when like Finn's talking to them and everything. You almost don't see anything in this other than like when he's pulling his mask off his own face, which is still good, but you know, from like a gore effect, you don't really see too much from what he's capable of doing. And I would argue that he's more powerful in this kind of form than he is in the first one. So I just wish that there was a little bit more there, and I wish his rules were established a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a
I
great
definitely
point
agree.
too. Because while you're watching it, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so like, what are the stakes here, right? We understand that he can kill somebody in the dream world, but it seems like the only person who can interact with them is the sister who has this dream, like where she can enter another reality and interact with things, right? So as the viewer, you're like, okay, like how can anyone else be harmed? And then it comes out like later in the movie that like he can interact with people like in the real world. And to your point, yeah, that was kind of cloudy to me too, and kind of hit me for a loophole. And I was like, oh, like I didn't think that's how that would work. And that being said, I do inherently think he was way more powerful in this one, and he doesn't kill a single person. Like that's my biggest gripe with the movie.
Yeah.
Like, nobody dies.
Nobody.
Mondo.
No, he's
Like that's if they went
Oh wait,
anywhere.
he did survive.
Yeah,
huh?
he survived.
Yeah,
Well,
if they went anywhere, I thought Gwen's the boyfriend Ernesto, I thought he would die, right? I'm like, if they go anywhere, like he's at least gonna die, right? And like didn't kill anybody. So like that's the one where I was like, I mean, like what the fuck are we doing here a little bit? You know, like that did severely bother me for sure.
But I really like the design. I gotta say, I love the frozen hands, the frozen mask, and then the frozen feet as well too, and everything. Like, and then the ice skates made out of ice as well too. Later,
yeah, I agree. I do want to point.
Yeah.
I do want to point to Nathaniel's reference earlier that Ernesto is played by the same guy in who's in the Black Phone.
Yeah.
Who plays the other, like, cause I don't know if he's Hispanic
His
or
brother.
Native American. I think he plays the Native American character in the first one. It seems like it. Or Hispanic. I don't want to put ethnicity on him. But yeah, nonetheless, I was watching it and I was like, that looks like the same fucking guy. Like, I kept saying that the entire movie.
I didn't put it together at all.
Dude, like, literally, I was like, is that the same guy? But I was like, no, that kid definitely died in the first one.
I was trying to figure out.
I was like, maybe I'm tripping.
I was trying to figure out what the Finn, who he reminds me of for the first 45 minutes as well too.
I know who it is. Who is it?
Well, I finally settled on like a young Swayze and like a Steve Martin, like young Steve Martin. But like, who were you picking? Because I'm still confused, to be honest with you. Like,
this only popped up to me because I just watched it the other day. But he honestly reminded me of even younger Josh Hartnett.
Oh, okay.
Right, because like he looks a little bit younger because I watched The Faculty and Josh Hartnett in that is maybe like 21. I was like, dude, this kid looks like 5 years younger than him in that movie. So it's funny you say that, but
yeah, he has that like 90s or like late 80s, like 90s
for sure
look for him. And I mean, I'm sure that's also obviously the costuming in this, but there's just something about him.
Yeah. For me, he reminds me of a current day Finn Wolfhard.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I can see that too.
Which is also funny because him going through all the stuff that he went through in Stranger Things, and it's of that same timeline. I was like, I'm totally drawing that correlation between the two of them, especially with watching the first one so recently. Going into this, it only gave me more Finn vibes, and his name's Finn, so I was like, Finn?
That could be part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think in short, man, I think
it did feel weird that no one died. I like that.
Yeah,
I
like
gotta
that honestly bothered me probably the most of all my gripes. Because I mean, they gave us a horror movie, man, with like fucking 6 characters and not a single person dies, and it's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah,
right? Like let's be honest here.
No one dies during the movie.
At least kill Mustang because
somebody's got to go.
Right?
Or that actress
snooty,
was snooty
Christian people as well too.
I thought they were gonna go once they were kind of introduced.
They were
as, like,
primed for the taking.
Yeah, give me something to root for as the audience.
Or Mondo, that felt destined to happen too.
The other thing they
basically did, but they didn't.
That I really enjoyed was the film grain in like her
when it goes 8mm.
Oh, dude,
yeah, man, that's awesome.
I just thought it's one of those little things that if you just love film, you love seeing it
for sure.
And it's also one of those things, if utilized correctly, it's very easy for the viewer to be able to decipher what aspect of the world we're in. So if we're in dream world, if we're in real world, so it's very easy to make those transitions by just adding something like that that's so small, but it's so impactful on screen. So
it works.
I really
so
appreciated
well.
that effect.
Yeah, and there's a really good transition. I wouldn't even call it a transition necessarily, but it's there's a scene, I don't know at what point, but Finn is coming up to find Gwen, and then they arrive at the same location, and then it's on Gwen in the 8mm, and then it cuts to Finn walking in the same room, and it switches cameras, and it's just like an immediate way to show the audience like which perspective you're in, if you're in the real world,
or she's back awake,
and what you. Yeah, or if she's back awake, exactly. Yeah, there's another moment where you're not really sure if she's awake or not necessarily, but at least you wouldn't if it was just a regular camera, that kind of thing. But yeah, it is used really, really effectively, and it looks so good too.
For sure. And let me tell you guys how fucking stupid I am watching this. So as I'm watching it, right, and they have the 9mm grain going on, and I'm like, man, that's pulling a lot from Sinister. Like not fucking knowing in real time that Scott Derrickson also directed Sinister, which I knew, but I just didn't piece it together while I'm watching the movie. And I was like, man, they really love this shit. They keep going back to it. Just for me to get home and be like, holy shit, I totally forgot Scott Derrickson also directed Sinister. So
that's hilarious.
I felt like a jackass watching it for sure. For sure.
Yeah, overall, I think I was more impressed and like more positive on it than I was negative. I think it moved the story in an interesting way. I didn't mind the changes it kind of made for the most part. I like in contrast to Adam, like I said, I thought tying in with the mom, like I didn't mind her being there. It was the killing her in the past kind of thing that set up that was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe that was just one.
Yeah, I don't think we
far.
needed to.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think we needed the grabber to be the one who actually killed the mom. Like, just I feel you.
I think it's interesting, and I like what it does for the dad character.
For sure. But he almost had me convinced that they were going to throw that girl in that oven for a second. And I was like, damn, that would have been that would have been a choice.
I was kind of, I agree. I'm like, once that's early. And I'm like, are we going to kill off a main character here? And like, I'm kind of rooting for that. I'm like the pro horror fan of me. Like, let's go against all the odds. Let's kill a fucking main character, man, 30 minutes in. And they don't do it.
Me and Blake are just
let alone they don't kill anybody.
So. I am
sick for sure. Yeah, I'm a sick person. Absolutely.
Yeah, it does feel like this movie like teases of them like breaking some rules or going places that are, you know, maybe uncharted territory, and then it just like eases back. It just plays it a little too safe sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. You know what though? I enjoyed my time. Pretty good sequel. I like this movie. I'm a fan.
Now the real question is, do you guys want essentially the way they've set this up, right, is that I guess we'll have to see. In my mind, how it works is that the grabber could theoretically pop up anywhere where he's killed his victims. Right?
Right.
Do you think they give us a Black Phone 3 in 2031?
That was going to be my question. Do you guys
with the
see
68-year-old Ethan
potential
Hawke
for, or even if
We
they
didn't even
don't bring him back in like this kind of dream world fashion, do you think, because he's been doing this for a long time, clearly, right? From the point at where she's getting the flashbacks from now to
for sure,
it's unalived in the first one. It like he's been doing this for a long time. So do you think we just see a little bit more of him like still alive in between that time frame, or do you think we I can almost guarantee we get a third one.
Yeah, me too.
I almost guarantee you'll get a third
It's the
one as
way
well.
that the world is, and whether or not it does good in the box office. Like we're always looking for movies to launder money through. So like it's almost guaranteed that we get a third one. So it just kind of depends on which route you want to go.
I say we get a third one,
mind.
but it's not Scott Derrickson directing. I think the original
that's
crew,
likely.
The original crew
James
backs
Gunn?
off now, yeah, and then
That's likely. Yeah.
We get a 4-hour Black Phone 3, James Gunn.
yeah.
Zack
Or
Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder, yeah. Maybe they'll mash it up.
Black
Maybe
and
they'll-
white.
There you go. Yeah, slow motion, the
Lots of
entire
slow
movie.
motion. Yep, there you go.
We didn't even actually talk
All of the
about-
dream sequence, all the dream walking is shot in slow motion. That's how you can tell it's a dream.
We didn't even talk about Ethan Hawke in this movie. I thought he was
We didn't.
convincingly
I like
menacing.
Ethan Hawke, man.
Yeah, I thought I like him. I like that he's like, no, I just want to hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you as much as I can in these certain ways.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like again, like to that point, we don't get the necessarily like I was abused, so I need to take it out on you. There's no justifying his kind of character. He's just like,
Which
Right.
I'd rather
I
have
am
it that
just
way.
evil at this point.
Yeah.
And like again,
Yeah.
it folds into like a certain worldview because it is like, okay, so this evil person is like punished by becoming more evil and in some way getting a modicum of power back kind of thing. But you know, in the end he's still frozen in hell as well too. Which I like. I like the motif of the freezing and all of that kind of stuff as well too. I'm glad.
Yeah. Hell burns, but nothing burns like the freezing cold
Yeah.
or whatever that fucking corny ass line was. Something like that.
I like that they said it at a winter camp, and like I'm glad they released it in October. This would have been weird if it released in the middle of July, like they were originally planning as well too.
They planned
Yeah,
for this
for
to
sure.
be in July.
Yeah,
I think this will
I
be
was
a
gonna say
cool winter
This
horror
would have been
movie.
a good. I know. I was gonna say this would have been like a good January or February.
Yeah, for sure.
release. I think that's the time of year I would be more likely to watch that in, or this movie and rewatch it in than October.
Yeah.
Well, as far as getting a third one, man, I just pulled up the box office numbers. So opening weekend, it did 26 million in the US and 42 million globally. So,
All right.
and I don't know how much it costs to make it, but
I
I
think
don't
that's
think it's
more
gonna
than
be a ton.
Tron.
Sure. Yeah. So
yeah.
they may give us a third one. And they may give us a third one. So we'll see. Probably no more Finny. And
Finny.
I don't know. We'll see. Also, shout out to them. Their last name's Blake. Shout out to them.
True.
Totally forgot about that. So I was watching the first one. I was like, oh, we'll take it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that'll conclude our spoiler segment. I just realized I didn't mark timestamps for anything so far. And that makes me sad for future me. Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, listeners who skipped over the spoiler segment of the podcast. We're going to go ahead and throw up Black Phone 2 up upon our Entropy list. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, regardless of genre, regardless of anything else, all in one fantastic list. It's essentially how we rate our movies rather than do it out of 5 stars, out of 10, whatever it is. We throw up all the movies on a list and see how they compare to one another and see how they compare within tiers, as we have recently added a tier system to our list. Of course, we go through S, A, B, C, D, F, and of course, the movie's so bad, you question, was this made to launder money? That's our bottom tier. How many movies we have on this list? It's getting up there, climbing each week.
It's topped by an absolute dog shit movie in this Dune too, but yeah.
251, brother, is what we're at.
Bold of you.
Sorry, there's just a lot of positive Dune talk earlier, and I needed to sneak in a dig there. But I waited.
I hear you.
Greatest movie of our time.
What? Who was that? That was saying that there.
I don't know.
Radagast the Brown.
Radagast the Brown, fellow wizard in Lord of the Rings. All right. Speaking to us through Discord. You heard it here first, folks.
Mm.
Is this your way of telling
I
us?
watched Bring Her Back again recently, in case you guys were wondering.
Oh, dude, I almost put that on. I've been doing my we'll get to what we're watching. I've been doing my horror October. And I was gonna put that on, man. I was gonna put that
October.
Spooktober.
Yes, sir.
No, not for me.
Adam, how many movies were on the list? We said 251.
252.
252.
This will be 52, I should say.
Correct. Yeah. Black Phone 2 will be 252. Anybody know where they're going?
I think so.
Do it.
184 below Tenet, above Thunderbolts.
Ooh.
That sounds a lot lower than I really want it to be, but like just for the overall quality of the movie, there's some good horror movies right above it. You know, I look at Insidious, I look at The Strangers, kind of still in that range and that tier almost, and I just feel like
horror is also probably the most
movies are
abundant
better.
genre that we have on here, so it's going to be harder to hit a little bit higher because we have such a vast variety of horror on this list.
Right.
You are not wrong there.
That's actually not too bad of a ranking here, Adam. I see the vision.
I look at the movies above it. I'm just like, there's a lot of movies that I like just enjoy overall better than this one.
Yeah, I see the vision.
Or more than this one. I really don't want to. What did you say?
181.
Yeah,
181.
That's pretty solid.
I know we were all talking, but I seen it and I saw Insidious and I was like, okay, Insidious, Evil Dead Rises, boom, I'm taking it. That's my spot, 181.
Yeah. All right.
And I think that's fair too. I think Insidious is one that was a huge culture phenomenon, right, in the mid 2010s, early 2010s, and it's a PG-13 with a horror mastermind behind it. So I think that's
people fucking die.
And it's PG-13 and people. Well, I mean, hang on now. Does anybody die in Insidious? I don't think so. Spoiler.
There's at least
For-
dead people.
That's true.
There's dead people in this one too.
That's true. But it's not a rated R. Like you can cut it to slack for
Semantics.
Insidious. Like they're not rated R. And also, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Lost my train of thought. Nonetheless, that's a good spot here. I think I'm kind of in the same ballpark. Nathaniel, do you know where you're going? I may be able to be talked.
Yeah,
To
I
a different
mean,
area.
so the problem for me is I'm in that same ballpark with you guys, but the problem is Paranormal Activity and something else is down there too. VHS.
Where's Paranormal Activity?
Agree with you.
Oh, right below it.
185, 186. But I think for me, there is such a big gap between like Paranormal Activity and like Last Voyage of Demeter. So it's like,
That's valid.
and
Yeah,
then, like,
no,
you get
like,
down to Men.
you're
and
not
it's like,
wrong.
Ew, dude, Men
Well, and
sucks.
I look above it too, and like in my mind, I think I would put this closer to like an Underwater or something like that. But then again, that's when I'm putting it above Insidious at that point, right? Like it's just like,
Yeah.
So let's say I'm splitting all the differences. I'm to put it in between.
Just Paranormal Activity.
I don't like this more than Paranormal Activity. I'm gonna put it at 187, below Paranormal Activity, above Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah. That's solid.
I like the I like Paranormal Activity more than I like this too, but I guess I'm just banking on taking, some are better, some are above, below. So I'm just kind of averaging it out.
You're right. Like I, for the most part, I am, but
Yeah,
it's kind
no,
of where
I mean,
I am
you
on this
still
movie,
are.
anyways. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
187.
That's fair, and I think I'm in the same ballpark. I think where I'm ultimately going though is going to be 189, so below FD3, which is arguably my favorite Final Destination. Paranormal Activity, obviously huge culture phenomenon. The VHS is cool, but yeah, so I think that's where I'm at.
If they had thrown
I
her
think
in
there's
the
a
oven,
gap between FD3 and Last Voyage of the Demeter for sure, and I'm gonna put this there.
Everyone's going below Paranormal Activity. Well, I was just trying to be nice, but I'll put it below it. Fuck. Paranormal
Yeah,
Activity
I'm in
way
support of
better.
that.
like I really do support this movie. If they had made some wilder choices at certain key moments, maybe I would have.
Yeah.
I would have put it even higher. But I like
Yeah.
it. I don't love it.
I agree.
That's fine. I'll do 189 then.
God,
Yeah.
dude, I just
That's fair.
I just did the maths.
It
not
wasn't.
that
It wasn't
four
mental
numbers,
math,
brother.
anyways.
Man, you don't even like math.
I don't.
I
That's why
just
don't wanna do
added
more.
4 numbers together, guys. What
I
the
just
fuck?
clicked my phone calculator like 11 times, dude. Now I've got to click it 11 more.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree though with Nathaniel. Ultimately, like a lot of cool ideas in this film. Let alone bringing back something that was huge in the 80s, right? And kind of a huge horror franchise, right? For all of us who love the genre. But yeah, ultimately it seems like they didn't commit to the bit, for lack of a better term, right? It was like, oh, like we got an idea, but like they just didn't go balls to the walls with it, which I would have liked to see them do it. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Confirm we have 2 189s, 187, and I'm at 184. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Where does that put us?
187.25, meaning it'll go right below Straight Outta Compton and above FD3.
Yeah, whatever. We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Cool.
Speaking of VHS, Nathaniel, did you know that Scott Derrickson did what Nathaniel brought up too? We're talking about other films he directed. He did a segment in VHS 85, and to my understanding, it takes place in the Black Phone universe.
Yeah, I
with
was reading
9mm tapes.
I was reading something about that. Yeah, and it's like I think it stars his kid or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I want to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And what I should do, because when I haven't done of all the VHS films I haven't seen the last 3, is I should just go out and
Just
find which
one-shot 'em?
ones are the good ones and just go
sure.
watch the good short, which
Sure.
I've never done. I just end up watching the entire movie in itself.
Yeah,
I should just fast forward to the short and watch the 10-minute short and call
they're
it a day.
probably all on
So,
TikTok at this point. They're probably in little chunks on there.
Absolutely disgusting app, bro. Disgusting app. If I can watch
Or
VHS,
reels.
if we can start watching pieces of movies through TikTok footage, we're doomed.
Is that not already a thing? I swear it is. Like I feel I'm not on TikTok.
I
but
genuinely don't know.
I think that is. I need a younger person to confirm
What
or deny.
was the one thing we were trying to make happen? It was like super short, and you could essentially watch movies vertically.
Quibi.
Quibi.
Quibi was where it was at.
Man, what a throwback, dude! I really wanted that platform to work out. I think we should bring it back.
No, it was a really good idea. I think if we just execute better on a few key things, it'd actually really take off. Let's invest.
Speaking of watching movies in shorts, right? So maybe not condensing the entire film, but just picking out the good scenes from it. If you've ever just taken the time to watch small clips from the Transformers universe,
oh god,
you would think those are the coolest movies ever. Like the action sequences in those movies with the dialogue are so good. Just like watching the 15-second clip of fucking Deadshot and Optimus Prime fight, you're just like, dude, this is probably the coolest movie ever.
Yeah, it's I definitely get fed like just random bits from movies that I'm like, why is this like 2004 Jackie Chan movie showing me like the one cool fight scene that I know is in this movie? I know because I saw it at the time, and there's only one cool fight scene in the whole movie. But this thing's selling me like this is the whole thing, like, and I missed out on like the fucking Matrix. But like I feel like there's a whole generation of people that are just getting like gaslit into thinking Transformers is actually good and that they should watch the Jackie Chan movie The Tuxedo or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that. I'm not a fan. Anyways, are we out of the review segment? We got it ranked and everything?
Yeah. What are we watching next week?
No, brother.
Looked at that.
The thing. I don't know if that's the right answer, but we did.
We definitely had it on there.
I'm stamping it.
It's either that or Texas Chainsaw.
Is this the last week of October?
Yeah, next week will be.
I think Halloween's on a Saturday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
It's next Friday.
All right, toss up, fellas. The Thing or Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I vote for The Thing.
All right, that's one. Ty?
Gosh, I don't know.
I'm sure Ty's seen both of these though, right?
I have. I want to be the deal breaker. You guys get to where we're going to be, and then if it's, then I want to see. I want to hold the power.
Okay, I'm sure Nathaniel's seen both. Adam, have you seen both or no?
No, I've seen neither.
You've seen neither. Okay, fuck it. Then do we just want to let him? If he says the thing, should we just do it?
I'm down.
I'm very intrigued by The Thing.
I'd rather watch The Thing anyways. So
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Just say that next time.
I love Texas Chainsaw, but like Texas Chainsaw is such a weird experience. It's like an anti-movie.
It's like Texas Chainsaw is so linear. Like you know exactly what's gonna happen. Like it's just it's solely based off of like jump scares and gore. Whereas like The Thing,
you think
there's actual like holy like fuck, like I don't know what's gonna happen. What could happen? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. The Thing has some things, no pun intended, that are still, I would say, very relevant like today and how they make horror movies. Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me is like it's good, but yeah, it's I think it's a different viewing experience, let alone for Adam who's never seen it. Like the movie's like there's not a ton of dialogue. It's like
it's wild.
Very grainy.
Weird
just like
movie.
random.
Yeah,
just like random jump scares that aren't really jump scares because it's like 1972.
Yeah.
So they're just like
but it's like
random shit.
You can tell it's
out.
just like real meat hanging around everywhere. Yeah. You're just like, what the hell's going on? Who shot this?
Yeah.
Why are they where do they find these crazy people who can act well? I don't understand.
The Thing is currently streaming on Peacock for 9 days though, so I don't know.
I'm sorry,
that,
you
said on Peacock for 9 more days. After that, you're on your own. I can't.
So through Halloween,
easy.
Yeah,
let's do it.
So check that out. Join us next week.
I'll watch it tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. Dare me.
Whoa, man.
I dare you.
Okay, I'm doing it.
I dare you to do it. You don't work anywhere.
Whoa, your dad knows I work. Don't make me call your dad.
I don't
That's
like
funny.
that you can actually do that now. That makes me uncomfortable.
It's too bad I didn't have this power when I was actually your boss. I'll be like, Adam, I'll call your fucking dad.
He'll come to the store right now and pick you up.
I mean, you kind of did. He was probably listed as my emergency contact. So
True.
Yeah, but I wanted to call him when it was, time to beat the shit out of Adam time, when he's giving me
right.
attitude about going to mobile, not fucking
Yeah, I didn't want to go to mobile.
an
Well, never did.
emergency. I don't want you in an emergency. That's the furthest thing I want for you. I just want you to do what you're told.
Yeah, I've trouble doing that sometimes.
Anyways,
Anyway, what we're watching? Anyone got some fun?
Ed
Been watching
Gein.
recently?
Okay, yeah, talk to us. That's one you said you were excited to watch. Did you finish it?
Gein.
We have not. The Arizona trip kind of threw a loop in our watching TV shows, but yeah, overall, so far pretty good. I love Charlie Hmong, and I think he does a pretty good job in this. For somebody who hasn't. Well, so I guess I was going into this thinking it was going to be a little bit more of just like a like an actual series to kind of like show his life, and it does do that, but it goes into a little bit more of like the film aspect of things. So like they show certain things of like Alfred Hitchcock and how he was directing Psycho, which is like one of the first horror movies that was ever put in theaters, and that's what this Ed Gein is, who Psycho is based off of. And so it goes into a little bit of that. So it was very interesting to kind of see that aspect. I did think that they were going to go there. So it's very interesting to see the correlation between the two. So I think it might be a little confusing for the non-average watcher, but who knows? I don't know,
For sure, absolutely. And that's the Netflix series, right? That's kind of the same format they're using that they use for the Jeffrey Dahmer joint.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And then there's another one on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor.
I have seen The Perfect Neighbor.
This. Yeah.
Is that a movie or a
Crazy.
show?
It is a movie.
It's like a movie. It's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tyler. I'm not going to.
It's a docu movie. It is essentially it's body cam footage of police over the course of like 2 years.
And it's like exclusively body cam footage, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like you really don't get any interview cutaways or anything like that. It is all body cam and like CCTV.
Yeah. And it shows basically this incident that occurred in Marion County, Florida. So very suspenseful, tragic at times, just a pretty wild watch. So I highly recommend to go see that. I genuinely think after watching that this is like the next evolution of Cops. Like when Cops was like came out for the first time, it was like so people were just enthralled with it because it was like, oh my God, we're seeing like what the fucking Cops do on a regular basis. And so I think this is like the next evolution of Cops is kind of where like my mind immediately went after we were done watching it. But it is very good. So I highly, highly recommend going to watch that if you kind of like the crime scene, kind of what's going to happen genre, thriller. And it's all real. So yeah, it's pretty intense. So,
well, I heard it was the AI generated.
Excuse me?
What was wrong with you?
No, I thought he was serious for a minute. I was like, dude, don't tell me they're already making AI movies on Netflix. That's terrifying.
You probably are. You just don't know it.
Yeah, right, for sure. You're absolutely right.
And then just sports, man. We kind of like we said earlier, it's been a while since we recorded, so I got so much more baseball in than I originally anticipated me watching in the first place. So that was something that was on in my house, and
that's awesome.
My wife was not happy.
Was there any particular reason you got in this off season or postseason?
I just I don't mind playoff baseball, but I just don't like baseball's not my first choice in any sense of the matter. And then obviously when the
Sure.
Cubs go, it's just one of those things that like I'll sit there and
Sure.
actually watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just it was funny. Like I think it was like game 3, and Leah comes in the living room and she's like, "Didn't we watch this game like 2 days ago? Why the fuck are we watching?" I was like, "No, it's a different game. It's like best out of 5." And she was just like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's just the way baseball is." I was like, "You should be very lucky that I am not a baseball fan." I was like, "Just to put
Yeah,
things
right.
into perspective for you,
Oh yeah.
my darling, there is 16 weeks of football. So I only essentially watch 16 weeks of football. If my team doesn't go to the playoffs, which they obviously do almost every year. So,
All right,
we're very
whatever.
privileged.
Selling her a bit there.
Whereas I'm like, "Do you have any idea how many baseball games are on in a season?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "It's like 160 something." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So be lucky that I'm not a baseball fan, because there is quite literally a game happening every minute of every day of the week, basically. So
Yeah.
I'm like, this a sport I do not need to get involved in, unless it's like Cubs playoff baseball. So yeah, Cubbies were on. Football was on. And then while we were in Arizona, the race in Austin happened as well. So Max Verstappen, dude, we're making a big push for the world championship title, number 5. It would
Sure.
be absolutely incredible to watch
be.
McLaren just fucking crash and burn like they have been, quite literally and figuratively. And I'm fucking here for it, dude. Max Verstappen, the Lion, let him out of the cage. Don't even worry. Get Yuki off the track. It's just one person that we have to worry about. He's always in like 13th or lower, anyways. So just get him out. We don't need him. It's Max as a one bowl wrecking team.
Jesus.
That's hilarious. So true. Poor Yuki.
Or Max, dude. He doesn't have a teammate that can fucking do anything.
They should never have gotten rid of Checo. That was their mistake.
Even then, Checo was shit in the bed too.
Well, he was, but no one wants to drive with Max.
No one wants to drive that car because nobody can drive it except for Max.
I could do it. It'd be very slow, but I could drive it.
Put him in. Put him in.
He's just like fucking. It's just you're the Sonny of Formula One. You're just crashing.
I was gonna say.
everybody.
I was like, that sounds like a line from F1 when he was like, "I can do it."
I can do it.
I can do it just real slow.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I've been reading, having to do some reading. I got this panel of authors this weekend that I'm heading up, so I've been familiarizing myself with their works. So that's been kind of all on my agenda.
Wait, tell me more. Panel like at the store?
Yeah, what's this mean?
Yeah, I've got a group of mystery authors coming in.
Okay.
There's be 4 of them. They'll be here on Saturday from 1 o'clock if the boys want to come in and show some love.
It's a mystery, you fucking idiot.
There's 3 authors.
That was the joke, Ty. Thank you.
So yeah, it's there's 2 ladies that write what are called cozy mysteries kind of style stuff. I've got another lady that wrote like
That's smut. That's a nice way to say smut.
Not really, no. If they were spicy mysteries, that would be smut.
I don't know. Cozy can get pretty smutty.
Sure. Not as much from the genre side of things, but yeah, sure, we'll go there.
I
at some
know.
point.
You know my take. Almost any book written nowadays is just smut. It sells, baby.
It's true.
Smut sells.
It's true. But yeah, then I've got a historical novel that's called The Haunting of Moscow House that takes place during the Russian Revolution. That was pretty interesting too. I'm like almost done with that. And then that's written by a lady that's name is Alicia Gilmore. And then the other author is probably the biggest author. His name's Nick Medina. And he's written a couple different ones. But he's got his biggest one was Sisters of the Lost Nation, which is a like girls go missing on the native reservations, and like it had some like folklore elements mixed in with that. But he's got a new one out called The Whistler, which I'll be reading over the next few days as well too. So yeah, they kind of run the gamut of like mystery stuff there. I'll be talking with them about that, and then kind of yeah, having people come up, get signings, get to sell some books, that kind of thing. So
That's
I've
cool,
been
dude.
prepping for that. Yeah, obviously, if the boys want to come out, you're more than welcome. It'll be 1:00 on this Saturday. You can check out some books or something as well. But then in terms of watching, I mean, I saw one battle after another. I saw Tron Ares.
Yeah, let's talk about those. Like,
Oh yeah, for
accelerated,
sure.
because we were going to review both of those and reviewed neither.
Yeah.
You can start, Nathaniel.
Well, one battle after another was weird. Like I had a very strange viewing experience. There was a lady in there that it was apparently the first movie she'd ever seen. So every scene was just, oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's remembering her. He's thinking about the daughter. Oh no, look out. Oh, so just the whole movie. I got it was like I was blind and they had the narrative description thing going basically. I didn't have to actually watch the movie. So it was consequently kind of an odd viewing experience overall. I feel like a lot of the jokes didn't land for me because I was constantly kind of like having my attention interrupted by this.
That's the worst, man.
And not only that, she had opinions as well too, so that was really great for a movie that is kind of political. So that was fun. So consequently, I feel like I really liked it, but I never felt like I was like maybe engaging with it as much as I wanted to because I was kind of taken out of it so often in those moments. But you know, I still enjoyed my time with it. I still found it a very meaty movie that, you know, I'd spend a lot of time thinking about afterwards for sure, and kind of how I felt about it and kind of what it all amounted to. But I definitely like as a kid that grew up in the desert, man, I am eating in terms of like how many awesome desert scenes we're getting over the last few years
Hey,
here.
I was thinking about you with this desert.
I've
'Cause you
definitely
mentioned
driven
the desert
those.
and him, and I came out. No, actually, funny enough, I came out of that movie, and one of my friends that I saw it with mentioned the desert. And I was like, dude, my friend was just talking about it with him, and like how he was happy that they shot the desert the way they did.
Yeah. I really liked it in
yeah.
that one too, particularly. I've driven those roads, and like that is absolutely something that happens where you kind of get into this weird rhythm and also like kind of catch sight of people, lose sight of people. It's a very unless you've experienced it, it's a very strange kind of thing. So yeah, I felt very seen in that moment there. But yeah, overall very positive. I feel like of the movie itself. Definitely feel like it has a lot to say. But yeah. Less so Tron Ares. There's the movie that I didn't feel like had a lot to say, and what it did say was kind of fucking weird. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's weird to try and make a movie that's like, hey, AI won't be so bad when like we're seeing AI be pretty fucking bad all the time. And yeah, it was kind of a nothing burger. Visually, it was pretty cool. Loved the soundtrack. Doesn't hold a candle to Legacy, in my opinion. So there's my quick and dirty reviews of those ones.
Noted. I'll go even quicker and even dirtier. Loved One Battle After Another. Could be my movie of the year at the end of the year, depending on how things shake out and how maybe some rewatches go. But really, really enjoyed it. Tron, have to give 2 ratings because I saw it in Dolby 3D, the way God intended. Viewing experience on that, probably like an 8.5. Like that was awesome. Love a good 3D movie. Visuals were great. Soundtrack, sound mixing, all that stuff. Like it was fun to watch in Dolby in 3D. So experience was great. Movie, pretty bad. Pretty bad movie. Very tasteless. really like, just speaking of AI generated, like felt like that movie, another one that could have been AI generated. Just completely ignores, well, not, I shouldn't say it ignores, but like not really a sequel to Legacy in many ways, and a little disappointing. And just, not the best movie I've seen. Not great. Very
And we're
sad.
clearly getting a fourth one of that. So,
Well, that's not what I heard. I wish we just would have invested more in it and not cast Jared Leto.
Yeah, right.
But whatever.
I know we all, most of us, we don't really care for Jared Leto in most aspects of his life. But if you are going to cast somebody to be a fucking robot, I mean, this is kind of the role for him.
Yeah, I don't even think he's that bad in it. Like,
no, he's fine in the movie itself.
Like, he's
just,
not even supposed to have emotions, and that's exactly what he did.
I mean, yeah, he's fine in the movie. It's just, I don't know, I would have cast someone else and I would have written a different movie. But
agreed.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to do a rewatch of
Legacy.
One bad after another.
Yeah. I'm like, I said everything all at once earlier, so now I'm like sitting like that's just playing in my head. But yeah, One Bad After Another. I have to do a rewatch of that. Kind of the same experience. I tried to catch it after work. There were a few people in there that were kind of annoying. And since it was a little bit longer, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I was in a hurry to get out of there or, just whatever. But I just didn't connect with it as much as I probably wanted to. But I definitely want to get back to doing that. And, it's probably just going to have to wait until it comes available in my house. So yeah, I definitely want to get around to that. But from what I remember, because it was like almost 3 weeks ago now, I definitely liked it. There's a lot of meat on that bone and there's a lot to digest. So I definitely want, like I said, to get back to that and really be able to digest everything that's going on screen. So kind of sucks I didn't get to, but, we didn't end up recording it anyways. So it doesn't overly matter, but I definitely want to watch it again. And then Tron, I definitely doesn't even hold a candle to Legacy for me. I don't think I hate it as much as it sounds like Nathaniel and Adam do. But soundtrack was good. Visual effects were awesome. I did not hate Jared Leto. I didn't overly hate, I guess, kind of the whole theme. I thought it was pretty interesting to see where they were going, and then at some point things just kind of start creating themselves, which I thought was pretty interesting. And then if you ever want to run from the cops, you just
get shot in the machine.
You just do Tron things.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
That's pretty cool too. So yeah. Overall, I think I would give myself somewhere like if Tron Legacy for me is like an 8.5, I would say Ares is probably closer to like 5.5, 6, maybe a 6.5 on a good day. So yeah, I don't hate it. Not my favorite movie, but yeah, it was what it was. Blake, what have you been watching, and what did you think of both of those movies? If you saw both of those movies, I know you were having a hard time getting into theaters to see like a 3-hour long movie.
Yeah, I end up getting to them. Pretty much the unanimous as you would imagine, right? The Leo movie, awesome for sure. I definitely want to rewatch that multiple times to kind of take it into its entirety. Yeah. But great movie. I'm sure it'll have a chance at Oscar nominations and awards and whatnot. Tron, I don't really care for Tron Legacy. Didn't really care to see Tron Ares. Don't really care for Jared Leto.
Well, sorry for making you watch it.
No worries, man. No worries, brother. I've made the podcast watch fair share of stupid shit too. So, ultimately, I mean, it is what it is. Will I ever watch that movie again? No, I will not.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm
That's
excited
where
for
we're at
like
with
in
that.
10 years when we get like a Tron animated series. Like
Oh yeah,
that'd
sure. Now something
that'd
like
be
that
cool.
may be enough to
there already
keep
one?
my interest.
Yeah, there was.
There might have been. Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Tron
Yeah.
Uprising. It came out after Legacy and starred Elijah Wood.
Shout out Elijah Wood, man.
Elijah
Shout
Wood's
out Elijah
fucking
Wood.
sick.
Shout
dude.
out Tron Uprising.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Elijah Wood, tied to your second question of what have I been watching, been kind of chugging through Horror October here. So I've
Hell yeah.
watched I watched Caveat. That's the 2020 joint made by Damian McCarthy, same gentleman who made Oddity. I think Oddity was on Nathaniel's October 2025
It
list.
is. I
This
have
is
not
who's
gotten
gonna
to
get
it
to it.
yet. I will. I'm
Sure.
still getting to it, but it will.
Yeah, no
be.
worries, no worries. So I end up getting to that. Pretty solid. There's the similarities between that and Oddity in terms of like location, right, and how
Okay.
he sees set pieces. I think Oddity is the better movie for sure.
Okay.
The better movie and the better horror movie.
Okay.
I would say that much. Only one real scare, I would say, in Caveat that's actually pretty good. Happens in a vent shaft. Outside of that, going to classics, I got to Sleepaway Camp. It's the first time I've watched Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
What did
I
you
got
think
to
of that?
I liked it. I know it's a time capsule for
Yeah.
sure. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
1982 movie. It's a time capsule, and I knew the twist.
Yeah.
Right, with Sleepaway Camp is a slasher. For those who know, so it's a 1980 slasher. Do what you want to do with that information, right? So you're trying to figure out who's ultimately the person killing these people. So yeah, ultimately, yeah, I liked it. Very 80ish,
Crazy gore.
very like Friday the 13th, crazy gore.
Yeah.
Very much a ton of short shorts on men and women.
Yeah,
a ton
yeah,
of crop
for
tops on men and women.
Yeah. Wild
Yeah.
movie.
And yeah, it is pretty interesting for sure. And I think they end up making some sequels. I end up watching Blade, so I rewatched Blade, and I watched
Okay.
it with Haley for the first time. That's her first time watching Blade.
Some
Dang. What's
Wow,
you think?
all right.
Yeah, I think she kind of went in blind, not really knowing what it was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and like I think she was actually like, "This is actually really cool." And then it's even cooler once you start to explain of like, dude, like this was basically the fucking inception of like Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Right. And like you start getting into that lore and whatnot, then I think she was even more invested after that. But yeah, that one's cool. Deacon Frost is awesome. Wesley Snipes is awesome.
Did you follow up with Blade 2?
Not yet. I haven't,
Okay.
but that's the plan. That's the plan. The plan is to get the
Alright.
Blade 2 by the end of the
Man,
month. Blade 3, I'm
GDTs.
probably skipping. I'm probably skipping Blade 3 with all due respect.
Blade
I did pick
Trinity
up
is
a
what it's
new-
called. Please
Yeah,
don't ever
thank you.
disrespect
Thank you. Yeah,
my
Blade.
movies.
Blade Trinity and Ryan Reynolds.
My culture.
There was a new snip I noticed watching Blade this time for probably the 20th time in my life. And there's a scene where they're in like the vampire den of Deacon Frost, where like the cop who's his familiar comes back and he kills the familiar.
Yeah.
And the camera spans really quick twice across like the party where they're kind of sitting and drinking and
Sure.
XYZ.
Yeah.
And they're watching a movie. And their movie they're watching is the fucking 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. And I never
No.
pieced that together. But like I caught it
That's
this time
funny.
and I was like, I think that's like Mortal Kombat. And then the camera pans to it again, and then it confirmed it. And that was fucking awesome, dude. I noticed this at like 1:00 in the morning.
Sure.
I was geeking out. I'm sure Haley thought it was annoying as fuck because I was like 1 a.m. like, holy shit, this is insane. So yeah, so that's another one I got to. Next early joint I got to is The Faculty. We talked about that in reference to Josh Hartnett and Elijah Wood. That's Robert Rodriguez, one of my favorite 90s movies of all time. It's one Nathaniel hasn't seen. I'm sure Tyler's seen it. I don't even know if Adam knows what The Faculty is.
Heard of it.
Yeah, dude, it's 90s teen like invasion of the body snatchers, but it's like
Oh.
self-aware like Scream. Like they reference other movies in the movie.
Okay.
Right? It's like one
Is
of
it
those takes
horror?
place
Is
at a high
it-
school. Yeah, it's horror.
Yeah,
takes place at a high
horror,
school and
horror
there's
sci-fi.
Yeah, horror sci-fi. It takes place at a high school. They're trying to figure out what's going on with the student population. Are there aliens taking over? Right. But they're able to reference other movies. They reference 80s movies. Very, very genre aware, very meta. Cast is awesome. It has fucking Usher in it. Like Usher is an actual character in the movie. That's fucking awesome. Of course, it's got Robert Patrick from T2 who plays T1000.
Yep.
He's like one of the main villains. The cast is like fucking loaded, dude. Elijah Wood, super super cool cast. Jordana Brewster. Got to Scream 2. Not my favorite Scream, but just kind of running down the Screams. I'll probably see if I can get to the third one. Haven't watched that in a long time.
Hell yeah.
Seen Scream 2 rather recently. I got to Good Boy, which was like I went to the theaters to watch that. That's the one in the person or the point of view of the dog, excuse me. So not really first person, but the point of view of the dog. Horror movie, PG-13. Not too bad, man. Like it's about what you would expect. You can only do so much in a movie like that.
Of course.
Right? Not a ton of dialogue. Some very interesting shot sequences from the point of view of the dog, as well as just kind of like in the dog's mind. But like pretty cool. If you like dogs, if you like animals, like I could see it being a solid PG-13 horror you can put on for like teens or, you know, I mean, someone who's getting introduced.
Sure.
Some pretty cool jump scares. And at the end of the day, like you're rooting for a dog, as we all are. So shout out, what was that dog's name? Ellie? I think Ellie, something like that. Indy sounds right. Shout out Indy. Good dog indeed. Then I got to obviously the first Black Phone, and then I watched the Black Phone 2. So yeah, that's all I got to. Outside of that, some football. But yeah, very, very long-winded answer on me. So apologies, fellas. Adam.
Oh no, you're good.
What have you done? What have you been watching?
Been watching just a bunch of stuff. I don't necessarily have one thing to point to. It's kind of just been things here and there. Sports, NBA's back tonight. I will say, if you're looking for a recommendation on Netflix, not only was Perfect Neighbor pretty good, but if any of you have seen High School Catfish, I don't know if I've brought this up before. Another little documentary series, one of those Netflix ones.
Heard about that one, yeah.
Very good. Crazy twist. But would recommend it. Was thoroughly enjoyed that one. I watched Dodgeball last night for the first time in a while. Classic on that one.
Sure.
You could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
Yeah, lots of good lines there. So yeah, nothing crazy though. Just been watching random stuff here and there, but yeah. I'm gonna move us out of here pretty quick because we're really long on time.
Let's do it.
But join us for a review of The Thing next week. Please share the podcast with a friend, family member, all that stuff. And then follow us on Twitter, Banter Row, YouTube, Back Row Banter, and our email is backrowbanterpod@gmail.com. I don't usually do this, but let's if you want to see our personal plugs, they're all in the description. So you can go find the links there if you are curious to find our social pages. I think that'll do it here for episode 254. Thank you all for listening, especially if you made it this far into the episode, or you're our favorite type of listener. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next week for The Thing. We'll BRB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
No, but yeah, it was cool. So yeah, first one we went and it was like a Formula 4 car, and it was just like a relatively small track, but like fast, just to get used to it. But I mean, like you're working in there, dude, from like your shoulders to your pecs to your feet. Like,
Yeah, I believe it.
you're working.
I believe it.
And then we went into like a like a GT4 car, so a little bit more horsepower, a little bit different of like a wheelbase, and like we're just scooting around, longer track, so it's like.
And
I mean,
How long was the track? Ballpark, of course. And it's just out
they
of curiosity.
changed. So the first one was really short. I would bet it was probably like maybe 2.5 miles.
Sure. Yeah.
And then the next one I think was probably like 3.5,
Okay.
maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then third race we did a 15-minute qualifier and then a 15-minute race.
That's dope.
And we did that was at Suzuka, which was dope, and that was in a Formula 3 car.
That's awesome.
And then
And is this one of those rigs that's like shaking everything?
Oh,
too?
dude, it's
Yeah.
one of my buddies that we were there with. There was 4 of us total. 2 of the guys I went to high school with. One of the guys I was like attached at the hip in high school. Like he was the best homie possible.
Right.
And then the other guy is the boyfriend of one of the girls that we know that we originally went out there to go see, but he's been around for a minute. Him and I have met on a handful of occasions, have always had a good relationship. He's a chill ass dude. I don't think he'll ever listen. I don't know if he listens. Logan, if you do listen, what's up? Same thing with like Brent and Chris. I'm sure they don't listen, but if they do, what's up?
Shout out.
And then yeah, the fourth one we did a 8-minute qualifier, a 10-minute, or sorry, an 8-minute practice, 10-minute qualifier, and then a 12-minute race. And that was in a Formula 3 car again. Because after
And you guys
like,
all had your own rigs,
yeah,
like
Yeah.
racing each other. That's
Yeah.
so sick.
That's dope.
yeah, we're all next to each other. You all get put in the same comms, so you all.
I was gonna say, do you have proximity or like group chat? or,
Everyone's got their own
party chat?
headset, so we're all sitting
That's
there. My
so
one
sick.
buddy, after like the first lap, hit the wall, and he was like, "I feel like I need a fucking seatbelt in this thing, dude," because like it's throwing you around. It tells you
Yeah,
full
yeah.
blown, like if you crash, it tells you to like let go of the steering wheel, cross your arms, like
It's
on your
that
chest, and
that
dude, it-
intense,
dude. It
doesn't
fucking
even like
throws you, brother.
Whoa.
Yeah, and there's still a step up above that we didn't race in. It's like an extra like $20, so it would have been like $120 for 2 hours, which I was like, man, now we're kind of, I don't really need to do that.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
they even suggest that you don't do that for your like.
Oh, on your first
time, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah,
They're
that
like,
sounds intense.
we want you to have as much fun as possible, but yeah, dude, you're getting fucking rocked in there.
That's awesome.
It was dope.
How'd you guys come across that? Like something online or somebody already been there before in the group? Or
Yeah,
What
so
was
my one buddy Logan, the one that I haven't known as long,
Okay.
he had been there before.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then and then after that we did I found a Packers bar that was literally like across the street from this
yeah.
place.
Oh, and this is while they played the Cardinals too, right?
Yeah,
Is this past
yeah.
weekend? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone that I talked to that knew I was going to Arizona, like, are you going to this game? And then there was a bunch of people on the flight. They're like, are you going to the game? I'm like, no, I'm not going to the fucking game.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because I was wearing a Green Bay sweatshirt the morning we left. So
Makes sense.
Rightfully so. Especially while flying to AZ, it makes sense. So yeah, man, that's dope. Sounds like a fun trip, man.
yeah, I just sent you guys a pic of the place.
Yeah, if
I don't want to.
I don't know if any of you guys have been there, but there's a racetrack, of course, out there in Joliet, or maybe right outside of Joliet, but scaled down from what Tyler's talking about in driving rigs. But they have go-karts, but they're gas powered. So they have gas powered go-karts, and the track is maybe like 1.5 miles or so, and like you get up to probably about like 65 miles an hour on them, and it's actually really fun, man. I've been there with friends, probably a little less than a handful of times, maybe 3 or 4 times. But yeah, if you're ever interested in like trying to do some shit like that too, and I think 2 races is maybe like $50 or something like that, right? And each race maybe lasts 12 minutes or something. But it is fun, and it is a challenge to do because it's a gas powered cart. Like you're low key flying out there. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to be on your P's and Q's. You can skid and fucking.
Yeah,
One of my buddies
dude.
skidded and hit the
We
wall,
need
and kind
to-
of fucked himself up. Yeah, it's intense. It's fun though. You guys would
We need
enjoy
a
it.
Back Row
I've been
outing
to
next
a
summer.
K1 speed. I don't know if that's what it was, but
Oh yeah. It's definitely a step above that. Probably a few steps above that, right? Because
It's
K1
out-
speed,
I'm
that's
assuming?
the indoor
Yeah.
joint, right?
This one's outdoors.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
outdoor. Yeah.
yeah. We do have that new place that's opening up in like Hoffman Estates. It's Andretti. And that's gonna have a full track, and I believe it's gonna have
This-
simulators as well.
This is indoor?
Yeah, but it's
Where's it?
massive.
Where's it at?
It's right off
in-
90. It's right next to the Renaissance.
Oh yeah, in Meacham. I
Mm.
got you. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a giant fucking like lime green A on it.
You mean medieval times?
Is it medieval?
The Renaissance is like way up in Wisconsin, isn't it?
No, no,
Fool,
they're
the hotel.
yeah. So Tyler's right.
Oh.
It's off 90 and on like the where Meacham is 90 and Meacham. To Nathaniel's point, medieval times I think medieval times is further
It's
like
on Roselle and
further
90.
going west. Yeah, I think it's further going west. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was confusing myself with what you were saying. You were
no
saying the
worries.
Renaissance Hotel.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, definitely dope. So Andretti indoor karting sounds dope, and an Autobahn go kart circuit is the place in Joliet. Very dope too, and they have an actual racetrack too. So like you'll see like people have like Lamborghinis and shit over there too, and like actually take them to the track. It's a pretty cool area, man.